Maschine Masters family? My name is MG the Future. Today I will be doing Sample Pack Friday review. We have two brand new kits fresh in the store, which is in perfect timing for our Memorial Day weekend sale, which will start Friday through Monday till about midnight. That's 30% off packs in the Maschine Masters shop. And today the two newest kits I'm going to go over, I'm going to show you a track I did with them in Ableton Live. The first kit is going to be Reezy Tunes, the Inventive kit, which is a modern, up-to-date drum kit package. It has all of your sounds that you need to get started as far as programming drums for modern sounds and beats. There's quite a few loops and single shots in this kit to get you started. And also we have Symphony Presents Structure, which is a construction kit package that has about 15 original compositions for you to chop up, also including its stems. From this particular pack, I chose a track they labeled Back to NY, and I took the parts from that I liked, chopped it up, and then I took some of the drums from the Inventive kit to put this entire track together. So the first thing I want to show you guys is what I listen for and how I go about that process. So the first things first, what we're going to want to do is play back that composition full. So Ableton Live has this track automatically detected at 97 beats per minute. On my project's 132. So to kind of null out the tempo and not speed it up when you're playing back, just turn warp off. And I did that for each of these tracks. It's a 4-piece composition, and this is what it sounds like raw. So that's pretty fresh. That EP caught my ear right away, so I went ahead and chopped it up. When I do something like this from construction kits, what I like to do is zone a region that I like by doing Command L to loop, and then I'll set up a resample track. And basically on a resample, all you have to do is go over here to this first box, which is normally your external input, change it to resampling, and then you can arm it to record. So what it'll do is whatever's between these loop markers playing, it'll record it as a new track. And what you can do is mute the tracks you don't want. So in this case, I muted the bass so I can speed up the instruments. When I took care of that, this is what it sounds like. It's sped up, of course, because warp is on. Then from there, I create a MIDI track for the chops itself. This is what this looks like within Simpler. And there's a few things that I do in Simpler. One, I always go to slice mode. So it starts off in classic, but I use slice mode. And two, I change warp mode, keep it on, and I change it to repitch instead of complex. If you use complex or complex pro or beats, what it will try to do is speed your sample up and try to not implement any artifacts if you're changing it from its original tempo. However, I don't want that. I want it to pitch, and I don't want to pitch it manually. So I use repitch mode, which is similar to a turntable. Also, I double time it by hitting this ×2. So this is what it sounds like when it's repitched to 132 beats per minute. And when I double time it, it sounds like this. So the arrangement that I have for it is real simple. So once I had that going, I went ahead and added the vocal loop that you can hear within that sample as well. Let me go ahead and solo that for you. This is also within Simpler. However, I'm using classic mode. I'm zoning in on just the vocal sample. And in this particular mode, no matter what key you press, it's going to be the same pitch. I have warp set to repitch as well. And then I have an auto pan going. Here's this particular sequence. So once I had those parts, I went ahead and worked on the bass. To get the bass, of course, I always use my trick to right click, convert to harmony. That went ahead and gave me this MIDI readout of the chords being used, of course, within approximation. I took a look at those root notes, A, D, E, and D. and I went ahead and programmed a bass line around that. Let's check that out. This particular sub bass is within Simpler. This is an 808 that comes within the Reezy Tunes, the Inventive kit. You're gonna need your headphones or your loudspeakers for this. When I set this up, I went over to controls, I adjusted the decay and the sustain, and put the glide on so when the notes overlap, it slides. So let's check that out. And then lastly, for the main part is the drums, of course. So I went ahead and set up an impulse drum rack using some of the joints from the Inventive kit. In fact, I probably use something from every folder in this particular kit. Everything's really clean and crispy and ready to go on it. And here's this arrangement I put together for that for the drums. And this track actually has two parts to it, an A and a B section. I'll play the second one for you for the drums as well. And then everything else that I use to fill this in is just the effects. The one I liked a lot is that they have these type of vocal fills that you can use and chop up. I won't go to that part of the pack. It's under ETC. So I just chopped up one of those to make this particular fill. And added some delay and reverb to it so it stands out. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this all together for you. Let's check it out. That's pretty much it for this particular joint. I took both of the packs. The Symphony presents the structure kit, which is all the royalty-free loops that you could chop up. There's plenty of dope samples in there. I recommend that you check it out. And of course, Reezy Tunes, the Inventive kit, which is the drum kit. Mix them together. And hopefully you guys grab this up on the Memorial Day sale this week. And by the time you guys view this video, the sale should be on and going. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave them in the box below. If you're not a subscriber, definitely subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. You can reach us on social media. I'm at MG the Future. And of course, follow the at Maschine Masters. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.